welcome back to my garden. Today we are going to finally be doing a full garden tour. This is the early June garden tour for 2023. My name is Patty. For those of you who don't know me, I garden in Southern California, Zone 9B. And I will just tell you right off the bat, it has been an unusually cool spring going into summer. We are still long past May gray into June gloom, but we are staying in the low 70s. We hit 80 degrees over the weekend, and that was like such a nice refreshing blast of sunshine. And it looks like, looking into the forecast, we're going to be like this for at least another couple of weeks. And while it's wonderful for the flowers, they do love the cooler weather. The vegetables are slow in growing. They look good, but they are behind where they normally would be at this time of the year. So I am going to let the garden tour do the talking for me today. We are in a transition period. I will tell you that right up front. The cool season annuals and perennials have faded back. The first flush of roses is gone. And I'm just about ready to add some warm season annuals to perk up the garden. But I want to be real in showing you what the garden looks like here in early June. So with that being said, let's take this garden tour. Welcome to my Zone 9B garden, first week of June 2023. We just entered through the side yard food garden, which is a different way to start, but it's all looking so beautiful right now. I've been working hard getting it cleaned up, and I couldn't help but share it with you. Let's take a peek at my pollinator garden, which you know is a brand new perennial pollinator garden. Was my cutting garden. So you will see there are a few plants, annuals that I've left that I'm holding out to pull out for seeds. So I have some Love and Mist, a few select poppies, and the larkspur are still beautiful, so they are still here. And I will have some annuals in this garden. I just want the bones to be perennials. I will link the video to the transformation in the section below, in the more section, I guess. But it's all looking beautiful. Look at how much growth on those roses from when I put them in a couple of weeks ago. Butterfly bush is just beautiful. I can't wait to see that all filled out. The coneflower are growing nicely as well. The little Angelonia back there looks just beautiful. I have been refreshing the container garden. All of the pots are so beautiful. If you don't grow geranium because you think it's a common, simple plant, I encourage you, just find one that you love. They are such a consistent source of flowers, even when it heats up. These are the two little pots that I just did in my last video. You can see those wave petunias are already putting on growth and starting to fill in. Favorite pot right now because it's coming together how I saw it when I put the plants in when they were just little six-packs. Pincushion flower, African daisy, black-eyed Susan, also beautiful. And these actually are my fall mums. Don't throw them out. Be patient with them. They'll give you some summer beauty. They just like water. Let's head over to the seating area. Last of the Eden roses. Alpine strawberries. And a lone snapdragon in there. Miniature rose looks pretty. That bubblegum petunia is doing what it's supposed to do, and that is spill over. Herb garden looks good. I am going to have to replace those violas in the next week or two. We're still really mild in our weather. Look at that verbena. It's actually a superbena from Proven Winners. More of that bubblegum pink. Look at my shishito pepper plant. It is loaded with peppers. Tomato plant is loving the mild weather. It's putting on a lot of fruit. It's slow to ripen though, because we really have been unseasonably cool. And it looks like we will be in the 70s for at least another week. My fear is that we shoot up from 70 to 100 and they go into some sort of shock. That back there is a David Austin rose. I will put what it is on the screen because I cannot remember. This fruit-laden tomato is actually an early girl, and it is living up to its name. Sweet peas are done. I am just letting those pods go to seed. Iceberg roses have finished their first flush. They will be blooming again, no worries. The same with the columbine. It has had its first flush of flowers, but you can see it's putting on new blooms. Foxglove is done. In fact, this area here today is on my to-do list. The gardeners, groundskeepers, have entered the golf course across the way, so that is the noise in the background. But the foxglove, I am trying to let it reseed. I've never had much luck with that, but I'm losing my patience. This area here is in need of some color. We are waiting on Shasta daisies. The dogs keep trampling through here too, so I have a solution for that I will share with you in an upcoming video. These little trash cans from the Dollar Tree seem to impede them just a bit, but not enough. This here is a mullein. I planted it from seed for medicinal purposes, not realizing it would get so huge, and from what I'm reading it can be a little bit invasive, so I'm getting ready to cut it down before the seed set, because it's beautiful right now, but I don't want it everywhere. You can see the Shasta daisies are about ready to open. I have several different kinds. I take that back. I have at least 2 different kinds. One will stay small like this, the other gets quite tall. Again, the hollyhocks, and oh my goodness, they need some heat, and we're just not getting it. Sea holly loves it. Grapevine is doing what grapevines do and spreading. No artichoke yet. The blanket flower is another heat-loving, consistent bloomer for us. And this is Status. Is that color not just so pretty? It's a soft, soft lavender. Pincushion flower looks pretty. Coreopsis is going strong. As long as you continue to cut the spent blooms, it will shoot up new ones. Let me see if I can get back here to the yarrow. This is the tallest the yarrow's been. It's been in a couple of years now. And I just love it. More Status. This is self-seeded cosmos. They're large. A lot of what I have right now looks like the big stuff is in the front, and you're right, it is. Look at this Gara. I was going to shape it, but then I just figured out that it gets a flower, so I'm going to let it flower before I shape it. David Austin Rose in the back there. The plants in the back will eventually grow tall. So I have to think long term when I look at the placement right now. If it doesn't work, I can move them later. This area gets semi-shade, but my problem here is the roots from the crepe myrtle, which has been here for a while, I would guess. It was here when we purchased the property 2 years ago, obviously, but the trunks are quite well established. So I deal with a lot of digging into the roots, but also just the nutrient deficiency in here. So this is a conundrum for me. Succulents look pretty back there. My shade garden is coming along. Lamb's ear looks healthy. Alstroemeria I just put in, and this is also a very new garden. In fact, just a couple months old. I will link the video going through all the plants I put in here below. The topiary garden in the barrels is looking beautiful right now. The annuals are loving this mild weather. I am starting to pull some of the pansies and will replace them with petunias. So you might notice that I have a few pots just laying in here to try them out. But overall, I'm really pleased with the color, the consistency of color. And another reason I love annuals. I'm a perennial girl because it's easy in the long run once they get established, but I am an annual girl because I still love my color. And I like it to be consistently colorful. I have one other area that is new that I want to show you. If you've been around a while, you know that we keep a couple of rabbits as pets, and also for the wonderful fertilizer they make. Well, unfortunately, we lost one of our rabbit pair. I don't know why, just came out, and of course my grandson was with me. Came out one morning and he was just actually face down in his food bowl. He seemed fine all day playing. No idea what happened. So we were in the process of moving them into a more natural habitat. And that just kind of sped up the process. So I am going to back up here and let you see where our sweet brownie has ended up, and he is loving it. We did all the protocol for putting to rest in his mind that his partner is no longer here, and he seems to be just doing fine. Let me show you the hosta garden real quick. This is the shade area that I redid. Basically, what we did, there he is. Hello, Brownie. What I did was I pulled all of the plants out of this area here and created a caged in area. I did put rodent safe barrier underneath, so number one, he can't dig out, and so other things cannot dig in. We have this area here, which is totally enclosed and dark for him. It's also covered on the top here. It's rainproof, I guess I should just say that. He has been so happy here. It's in the shade because we do get quite hot here. I'm hoping it's a perfect solution for him. I tried to make it blend in with the garden, and I think it does pretty well. At this point, we are only keeping the one rabbit. He is about 5 years old. 4, 5 years old, somewhere around there. Let me just show you how it looks. There he is. I know it's not a perfect solution, but at this point we debated honestly about letting him just have free reign of the backyard. Number one, we have dogs who have gotten used to him. They leave him alone. But number two, he is hard of hearing, and I don't think he sees very well. So I don't think him running in the yard would be a good solution at this point. So we've given him as natural a place to be as possible. Do you see the Hummer? So that is the garden. Early June, Zone 9B, Southern California. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you have any specific questions of what I have planted, please leave me a comment below. I'd love to have you like and share the video, subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for gardening with me, and I will see you in the next video.